Alright, let's talk about something that sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, but is actually happening right now. China is planning to send a humanoid robot to the moon by 2035, and honestly, it's both mind-blowing and a little unsettling. I mean, think about it, a robot with human-like features, mounted on wheels, roaming the lunar surface. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about exploration, it's about building a permanent lunar research station. Personally, I think this could be a game-changer for space colonization, but it also raises a ton of questions about the future of human-robot collaboration in extreme environments. From my perspective, the design of this robot is where things get fascinating. It's not fully humanoid, which is actually a smart move. Instead, it's semi-humanoid, with a torso, arms, and hands, but no legs, just wheels. Why? Because, as the researchers point out, wheels are faster and more stable than bipedal walking on the moon's rugged terrain. If you take a step back and think about it, this is a perfect example of form following function. The moon's low gravity and uneven surface make traditional walking inefficient, so why not combine the best of both worlds? Wheels for mobility, human-like hands for precision. It's a detail I find fascinating because it shows how space exploration is forcing us to rethink even the most basic aspects of robotics. Now, let's talk about those hands. The robot's hands have 4 degrees of freedom, which means they can perform incredibly delicate tasks, think construction, maintenance, even scientific experiments. What many people don't realize is that dexterity is one of the biggest challenges in robotics, especially in space. Microgravity, extreme temperatures, and the need for precision make it incredibly difficult to design hands that can mimic human capabilities. So, the fact that China is focusing so heavily on this aspect suggests they are not just aiming for exploration, they are planning to build and maintain infrastructure on the moon. This raises a deeper question. Are we looking at the first steps toward a self-sustaining lunar base? One thing that immediately stands out is the robot's wheeled platform. The wheels are made of a metal mesh structure with steel wire treads, designed to be lightweight, durable, and flexible. This isn't just a random choice, it's a solution to the moon's extreme conditions. The lunar surface is cold, rocky, and unpredictable, so these wheels need to handle everything from sharp rocks to temperature swings of hundreds of degrees. What this really suggests is that China is thinking long-term. They are not just sending a robot to the moon, they are engineering it to survive and operate there for years. In my opinion, this is where the real innovation lies, not in the humanoid design, but in the adaptability and durability of the technology. Now, let's put this in a broader context. Humanoid robots in space aren't new. NASA's Robonaut, for example, has been assisting astronauts on the International Space Station since 2011. But here's the difference. Robonaut is stationary, designed to work inside a controlled environment. China's robot, on the other hand, is built to roam the moon's surface. This is a massive leap, because it combines mobility with dexterity in one of the harshest environments imaginable. Personally, I think this could set a new standard for space robotics. If successful, it could pave the way for robots to take on more complex tasks in deep space, maybe even on Mars. But here's where it gets really intriguing. What does this mean for the future of space exploration? If robots can build and maintain lunar bases, does that reduce the need for human astronauts? Or does it simply make human missions safer and more efficient? In my opinion, it's the latter. Robots like this could handle the dangerous, repetitive, or precision-based tasks, freeing up humans to focus on scientific discovery and exploration. But it also raises ethical questions. Are we outsourcing our presence in space to machines? And if so, what does that say about our role as explorers? Finally, let's not forget the geopolitical implications. China's lunar ambitions are no secret, and this robot is a clear signal of their intent to establish a long-term presence on the moon. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about scientific achievement, It's about strategic positioning. The moon is a valuable resource, both symbolically and practically. So, when China talks about a lunar research station by 2035, they are not just talking about science, they are talking about staking a claim. From my perspective, this is a wake-up call for other spacefaring nations. The race to the moon isn't just about exploration anymore, it's about dominance. So, here's my closing thought. This humanoid robot isn't just a piece of technology, it's a symbol of where we are headed as a species. It represents the intersection of human ingenuity, robotic capability, and the relentless drive to explore. But it also forces us to ask some tough questions. Are we ready for a future where robots are not just our tools, but our partners in colonizing other worlds? And what does that mean for our identity as explorers? Personally, I think this is just the beginning of a much larger conversation, one that we all need to be a part of. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below.